How could a journey spanning the entire known universe and back occur in a single night before the Prophet Muhammad's bed even cooled? This event, the Isra and Miraj, fundamentally challenges our understanding of spacetime. The journey involved two distinct phases: the Isra, the terrestrial travel from Mecca to Jerusalem, and the Miraj, the celestial ascent through 7 heavens. The core physical challenge is the required velocity. To traverse such astronomical distances in minutes necessitates speeds far exceeding the speed of light, violating classical physics. Islamic scholarship posits this was a physical journey, not merely a dream, achieved through divine intervention, fundamentally altering the Prophet's relationship with time and space. This miracle demonstrates the absolute power of the Creator over the physical laws he established. The vehicle for the Isra was Buraq, a creature described as smaller than a mule but larger than a donkey, white in color. Its defining characteristic was its speed. Its stride reached as far as its eyesight. This description implies a form of instantaneous travel, or spatial folding, where distance is rendered irrelevant to the traveler's perception. Buraq did not merely accelerate, it manipulated the space between points. If Buraq's sight extended to the horizon of the universe, its movement effectively bypassed the need for linear travel time. This concept aligns conceptually with theoretical wormholes or warp drives, where the fabric of spacetime is compressed or bent to bridge vast distances instantly. Buraq represents a divinely engineered mechanism for transdimensional movement operating outside the constraints of conventional Newtonian mechanics.
The Isra phase concluded at the Masjid Al-Aqsa in Jerusalem, the furthest mosque, which served as the launch point for the celestial ascent. Before the Miraj, the Prophet Muhammad led all previous prophets in prayer. This act established his spiritual authority and confirmed the continuity of the monotheistic message across all prophetic eras. The physical structure of the Dome of the Rock, built centuries later, marks the traditional site of the ascent. The journey itself, though short compared to the Miraj, was crucial for establishing the link between the Kaaba, the first house of worship, and Al-Aqsa, the third holiest site. The rapid transit ensured that the physical body of the Prophet was transported, setting the stage for the cosmological shift required for the ascent into the heavens. The Miraj began with the ascent through the 7 heavens, or samawat, which are not merely atmospheric layers, but distinct cosmological realms. Each heaven is guarded by an angel and hosts specific prophets. The first heaven contains Adam, the second, Jesus and John the Baptist, the third, Joseph, the fourth, Idris, the fifth, Aaron, the sixth, Moses, and the 7th, Abraham. Passing through these layers required a change in state, perhaps a shift in vibrational frequency or dimensional access, facilitated by the angel Gabriel. The structure implies a hierarchy of existence, moving from the material world towards the purely spiritual realm, with each prophet representing a stage of spiritual development or knowledge within that specific cosmological layer.
A particularly significant interaction occurred in the 6th heaven with the prophet Moses. Moses, known for his extensive experience with the children of Israel and their spiritual capacity, advised Muhammad to request a reduction in the number of daily obligatory prayers, initially set at 50. This negotiation demonstrates a unique interplay between divine decree and prophetic intercession. The reduction from 50 to 5 daily prayers, while retaining the reward of 50, highlights the mercy inherent in the divine system. This event is not just theological, it shows a practical adjustment to the spiritual burden placed upon the community, ensuring sustainability and ease of practice within the physical constraints of human life and energy. The journey culminated at the Sidrat al-Muntaha, the Lote Tree of the utmost boundary. This tree marks the absolute limit of created knowledge and physical access. Beyond this point, even the angel Gabriel could not proceed, indicating the boundary between the created cosmos and the uncreated divine presence. At this boundary, the Prophet Muhammad experienced a direct vision of the divine, a unique privilege granted only to him. The Lote Tree is described as being covered in colors and lights that defy earthly description, symbolizing the transition into a realm where conventional spatial and visual perception breaks down entirely, confirming the limits of material existence. The entire journey, spanning vast cosmic distances, occurred within a fraction of a night. If we consider the journey through the lens of extreme temporal compression, the Prophet Muhammad experienced significant time dilation relative to the earthly frame of reference. For the traveler, the journey felt extensive, involving multiple interactions and prayers across the heavens. For the observer on Earth, almost no time elapsed. This phenomenon suggests that the Prophet was operating in a frame where the speed of light barrier was irrelevant, allowing for the compression of cosmological time into terrestrial time. This is the ultimate demonstration of the Creator's ability to manipulate the fundamental constants governing the universe and the flow of time itself.
The primary practical outcome of the Miraj was the establishment of the 5 daily prayers, Salat. Prayer is defined as the believer's ascension, mirroring the Prophet's physical journey. It serves as a spiritual mechanism for temporal escape and direct communication with the divine, 5 times a day. The structure of the prayer, involving standing, bowing, and prostration, symbolically reenacts the humility required to traverse the spiritual realms. Thus, the Miraj provided not just a historical event, but a repeatable, accessible system for every believer to achieve a localized, spiritual version of the celestial journey, linking the physical act to the highest cosmological reality. The Isra and Miraj is classified as a major prophetic miracle, or mu'jiza. A miracle is defined as an event that suspends the known laws of nature, performed by a prophet to prove his veracity and divine mandate. This journey was not an anomaly within the system of physics. It was a temporary, deliberate override of that system by its originator. Understanding the physics of the event requires acknowledging a dimension where the laws of causality and spacetime are subservient to divine will. The event confirms the absolute sovereignty of the Creator over all physical and cosmological constraints, serving as a foundational pillar of Islamic belief regarding the nature of reality and the limits of human scientific understanding.